Good morning. We upgraded our restream again. Hopefully, we can record it this time. But where do we start? Woke up at 6 a.m. this morning to attend a business networking event and it was cool seeing like small businesses and people just hustling, referring business to each other. I would love to see more of that within uh, businesses that actually accept Bitcoin, pay in Bitcoin, or accumulating Bitcoin. So been kind of thinking about setting, setting something up or just meeting communities that do that. And was also in a spaces earlier today, um, got where the founder of Castle or Save with Castle was speaking, and I think they're doing some awesome work automating the process of accumulating Bitcoin for small businesses and small business treasuries. It's interesting. I think there's still like a challenge with people like still understanding what Bitcoin is, how it compares to others. They want to participate in all even. Um, and in many ways, really pushing on or requesting a distinction with most people in like Bitcoin and crypto, not the same thing. And like you got to accept that they are conflated in many ways, and they're not the same thing. That given, on more shitcoin kind of stuff, we launched a meme coin yesterday, and that was a bit of a surprise. Honestly, didn't expect it to go off and get launched the way it did, and gained a new appreciation, I think, for this tool that unlocks the what a friend calls speculative spirit. It creates a natural network effect for an audience that likes your pitch, or likes the possibility of what could happen. And it's not a customer exactly, like you can't confuse that for a customer. But in a lot of DeFi use cases, protocols, I think as Bitcoin infrastructure matures, you really do need to be able to bootstrap liquidity. And this is a fantastic way to do that, to gamify the marketing. And I just never really wrapped my head around it before, but just kind of going through the steps of this was really, really cool. And it just makes me more bullish for RadFi along the way and advancing Bitcoin backed ventures on chain. And while we're not so in this context, like we're not done with the Bitcoin bull market yet, but I'm actually more excited for the bear because that's when that's really when you build. That's when you really get people, spending, investing, accumulating in a more unique way. You get to remove the noise. There's more signal, and I think the next 4 years are going to be incredible. It's really still so early, and we're just going to get a massive spike. Again, don't quote me on it, but um, simply due to infrastructure development and the ability in the next 4 years, people are actually looking to spend in Bitcoin. They don't want to swap out to US dollars. No, they want purchasing power and advantages that come with having Bitcoin and spending Bitcoin and using it in business. And there are two key drivers. One of them may be an opportunity for us to explore uh, that I didn't anticipate before. Big one there is worldwide USD accounts. Slash.com, that's a really cool um, company came across. They offer USD accounts to anybody anywhere to accept USD payments on the backs of stable coins and stablecoin regulation that's coming out. We used it. We did a little demo to get someone buying Bitcoin in a decentralized way. And I think that's just going to accelerate Bitcoin adoption over time. Uh, and I think it's going to accelerate also, well, MicroStrategy, tokenized stocks, right? After tokenized treasuries, you're going to get to tokenized stocks, and those are going to hit the markets, and people are going to be buying MicroStrategy, MSTR, MSTYs, STRC. STRC, particularly interesting and applicable to our use case in the sense of smoothing out volatility. I don't know, it's definitely a complicated product, but study STRC. That is quite a stroke of genius by MicroStrategy, amongst all the other things. Cherry on top, I do strongly believe and understand that volatility is the biggest thing that gets in the way of using Bitcoin for business. And it will be solved one way or another through multiple ways, and we want to be part of that solution. So and just as an extension to that, more philosophically, for me, what Bitcoin is, it really is an opportunity to break away and work in a new financial system. I was telling my wife that if Bitcoin did not exist as an opportunity, given my current understanding of the financial system, I would most probably just rather live in the woods. Like make money what you can, make whatever money you can, go buy some land, homestead it, and live off the land. Like that's the kind of system we're embedded in that I kind of would want to exit. And I see people exiting. I see the friends doing it and just living off the land in their own way, like accessing freedom that way. So Bitcoin is freedom money. Bitcoin is the yield. And in many ways, we are still within trappings of fiat and want to bring fiat sort of yields to Bitcoin. And I just don't think that will work. Lending, which quick note on lending, by the way, lending and borrowing on Bitcoin is actually still very expensive. Like even if you get rates lower to even 5%, which, very promotional. Whenever you have liquidation risk, especially if it's at like 50% loan to value, your actual cost of capital, if you get liquidated, is almost double, if not quadruple, because your Bitcoin value is going down as well, and you're forced to exit and take that losses alongside whatever interest you might be paying. I think that kind of brings together for today. But I'll mention one other opportunity that continues to make me bullish, and I think will manifest itself in the next 4 years, whether we do it or somebody else does, is the digital banking. Self-custody banking is going to be just as easy, if not better, than digital banking is today, or using a custodied exchange account today. For people who use Strike or ShakePay, fantastic user experience, but those coins are not in your custody, not your coins, not your keys, not your coins. And people want that recoverability. They want to be able to be to protect themselves from their own mistakes. And I've been playing with like a wallet called Zengo and a few other solutions out there. And I think all the basic technologies are actually already in place that would allow you to have that digital banking experience where the keys are yours, you have recoverability, you have ways to protect against theft and fraud, and you have inheritance kind of all built in and packaged into one. And yeah, someone's going to do it. It could be us, but it's going to happen in the next 4 years. And I am just really excited to be in this space. Thanks for listening today, or listening to the recording of this later on. We'll keep pushing. Take care.